Hey, all my twisted friends, it's your girl Jess, and I'm sitting here on my bed, and I thought I would give you guys, sorry for all the jigglies, I'm holding my camera on my tripod. I didn't really know how to set it up on my bed, but here I am with my big ol' pile of pillows, and sorry for the funky lighting, but I don't know if you can tell, it is cloudy and rainy and gross outside. But that is just March in Western Washington for you. But I thought I would just give you a quick update on my shoulder, how everything's going. Today has been exactly 2 weeks since surgery. It feels really good. My pain is down to almost nothing. The last time I took a pain pill was on Friday, but that was because I had my first follow-up with the doctor, and so they were like moving my arm around and kind of poking and just all that kind of stuff. So it was really achy by the time I got home from that appointment. So but prior to that, I hadn't taken one for quite a while actually. So I've just been, taking either Tylenol or ibuprofen, and I still have to be really careful with it. I still wear my sling when I'm like up and about because I have to be careful about like not accidentally like juggling my arm around. Just because, the stuff that they did there, it takes a while to heal. And for it to heal as well as possible, it just has to be really still. So I'm just, resting, hanging out, playing lots of games on my phone, reading a lot, which has been nice. I haven't been reading enough in the past few months, so yeah, catching up on some books, and yeah, I mean, I feel really good for being 2 weeks out. Excuse me, and feel good for the surgery being more difficult, and just a little harder and more painful than the first one, which, I did expect that to a certain extent, so it's fine. What else? Oh, I had to have my stitches taken out either 5 or 6 days after surgery. I'm a quick healer, and those things like had to come out. They were starting to actually like dig into my skin, and my if they didn't come out, my skin was going to heal over them, and then they would have had to have been dug out if I had waited till my follow-up. So there was no way that was happening. Excuse me, I just have a frog in my throat today. But after the stitches came out, like you could see little spots where they had been digging in and were like about to like cut through my skin. So they had to go. And when I took off my bandage, I knew that there was no way I was making it to my follow-up to get those things out, because my follow-up was 12 days after surgery. And the one and only time that I went like 8 or 9 days before getting stitches out, it was only because I lived alone and they were in my back and I couldn't reach them. And so it was just that long before I could get in to get them out. And they had to be dug out. And that was not a pleasant experience. And so I knew. I was like, nope, 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 nope. So the weekend following surgery, I went into urgent care, and the doctor looked at him and said, yeah, they need to go. And one of my incisions, he said, looked, he was a little bit wary about how it looked once the stitches came out, and so he just put a steri strip on it, which, if you don't know, is like just a piece of tape with some like fibers running through it that kind of like will squeeze your skin together a little bit. So sometimes instead of using stitches, a doctor will use steri strips. Like that's what I had on my port. scar. I think for the first one, they just used steri strips to close it. So that was on there for a while, but I mean, other than that, it's been good. I'm healing up really nice. These are my two scars on the front here. That lower one you can see a lot better. So that's the lower scar. This is just a spot where I had some irritation from the bandage and some tape, and it kind of took a little bit of my skin off. So it's just a little scabby and healing up right now. And then there's this little guy here. And I don't think I'll be able to show you the ones on the back right now. But if you guys are interested, I'll show them to you. But they look pretty much just like these ones. They're just the teensiest bit sore if I touch them. But I've been putting vitamin E oil on them and just massaging them a little bit. Just kind of get some like blood flowing and help up the healing process a little. But yeah, that's really about it. Just still really taking it easy, resting as much as I can. I have another follow-up in about a month, and as long as everything is still going well at that point, then I should be able to start doing physical therapy. So, that will be exciting because then that will be like the beginning of the end of this, and we'll be, you know, having a functioning shoulder again. So that'll be awesome. I did get some pictures from the surgery because they do it laparoscopically, so there's a camera in there. And they took some pictures of what things looked like and what they did. If you guys are interested in seeing those, give me a thumbs up on this video or leave a comment down below. Just to let me know if you guys would like to see those, and then I can put them on Instagram. So I know that stuff, you know, kind of like freaks some people out, so I don't just want to like put it up there. But if, you know, you guys are interested, I'm totally fine with it. One thing I did find interesting when they were in there is, so the injury was actually at the back of my shoulder, which means I had too much, I'm going to try to demonstrate here. I had too much flexibility in the back of my shoulder. So like when I would pull my, you know, like maybe reach for something and move my arm forward, my shoulder would like come out too far because it wasn't being held in place properly. And I felt like something in the front was always being like pinched or smashed or something whenever I would do any motion where my shoulder was kind of forward. And I was right. So when they do this kind of repair in your shoulder, they have to stitch your cartilage to something. But it's supposed to be attached to bone, so they can't just put stitches in bone. So they have to like drill some holes and put these little anchor things in there, and then they stitch the cartilage to that. And it actually looked like one of the tendons in my rotator cuff was being pinched by a piece of the hardware from my first surgery. So you can see in one of the pictures it's all like red and irritated, and so they said it was like all inflamed, and so they went ahead and took that anchor out. And they said they would have replaced it in a slightly different position if they had needed to, but they said that the tissue there looked really great. There was no like gaps or, you know, anything like that that gave them the impression that another anchor needed to be put in. So they just took it out so that that tendon could stop being pinched. And so that totally explains the pain that I was getting in the front, because I knew that the injury was in the back. I knew even before the MRI confirmed it that the injury was in the back of my shoulder. So it was kind of cool just to see those pictures and see that tendon and like get an explanation for what was going on there. So that was really cool. And so like I've just been really icing that, making sure I'm taking my ibuprofen and just to like get the inflammation out of there. Because sometimes it's still like if I'm massaging my incisions, sometimes it still feels like a little bit pinchy in that spot, but I know it's just because that tendon is still irritated. Tendons don't really get any blood flow too much, so trying to get them to heal from even a minor injury can take a long time. So it's just another reason that it's important for me to just rest, keep my shoulder very still, except for just the very, very minor exercises that they gave me to keep it from getting too stiff or locked up. And just really just stay on top of it. Don't move it. Wear my sling when I'm up and about doing stuff. And yeah, that's about it. That's what's going on here. Nothing too exciting. I need to get to the charity of the month video. I'm gonna do that this week, I promise. Actually, I'll probably be able to do it tomorrow. So that should be up in the next couple of days. And then there's going to be a really fun video coming up for you guys. Hopefully it'll be ready to go up this weekend. So we shall see. But make sure you're subscribed over here. Just click my face to subscribe so that you can see those videos when they come out this week. And then you can click right here for a playlist about what has been going on with my shoulder. If you are new here or you haven't heard the whole story, I will make a playlist, and you can click right here to watch that and get the whole story of why I had to have shoulder surgery. So I love you guys. I hope you are having an awesome almost spring. I don't know about you guys, but I can't wait for it to get here. So yeah, that's about it from me. I will see you guys later. Bye.